welcome to the Hillsong Network Podcast. And today we have a very special guest with us here at Hillsong Portugal Open House 2025. We have the legend herself, Donna Crouch, with us. And I'm so excited for this conversation because I really believe it's going to bless so many people. And specifically here in our country, Portugal, I really believe there's some seeds that Donna is going to bring today, some gold that if you are listening today, just take notes and just, sit quiet in a while because everything that she's going to share is something that for sure you're going to take something important for your journey as a leader or as a pastor. So welcome, Donna.
Hi, Joanna, and hi, everybody.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, ready for a good conversation.
Good. So enjoying Lisbon, enjoying Portugal so far?
Yeah, we've been here, what have we been here? 24 hours.
So you didn't even visit this beautiful city yet.
Yeah,
but it's
not
amazing.
Yet. I haven't been to the old town.
Okay.
But I hear it's beautiful.
It's amazing. And we're so happy to have you here. Thank you so much for making the time. And today we are talking specifically to pastors and leaders all over this nation, but all over the globe. And you are absolutely a legend when it comes to Hillsong Church. It's true. You've been part of our church for 40 years. That's
42.
42 years. That's my goodness. That's incredible.
From the beginning.
Wow. And so for everyone that is listening to this podcast and maybe doesn't know your story, can you share a little bit of your journey? How did you meet Jesus?
And for sure.
How did you end up at Hillsong Church? How did that all happen?
Yeah. Okay. So when I was 20 years old, I was in my third year of university and I was ready to go to Egypt to finish the last bit of my degree in archaeology.
Okay.
Crazy. And I failed a course by 1 point.
Wow.
I failed hieroglyphics, which is so random, but I failed it by 1 point, which meant my dream of finishing my degree in ancient history all collapsed.
Oh, wow.
So in the uni break for a couple of weeks, I just went backpacking with a whole bunch of people from uni up the far north coast of New South Wales, really making some very stupid decisions. For me, the bottom dropped out of my world. And I was 20, I was a kid, right?
Yeah.
And in that time of just backpacking and hitchhiking and partying and, having a good time, I kept meeting Christians who kept witnessing to me. And I thought they were mental. I thought they were crazy. But I didn't believe in God. I was brought up a Catholic, but I didn't believe in God since I was a little girl. So to me, I thought, these people are just crazy. But they got under my skin. So I stayed with some of these girls. I went to church with them. And the thought of could there possibly be a God out there was a really big thought. And at the end of the week, before I got the train back to Sydney with my girlfriend, we both decided to accept Christ into our hearts.
Wow.
We didn't do that in a church. My girlfriend did it in the backyard of the house where we were staying. And I sat on the beach at Byron Bay and just said to the sky, if there's anyone up there, could you live in me? But I really meant it.
Wow.
We came back to Sydney. Continued at uni with another course. My girlfriend and I started a Bible study, but we didn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
So we found someone at uni who did, and within 6 weeks we had about 30 people coming.
Wow.
So we got radically saved.
Yeah. Wow.
We started going to. My girlfriend went to Christian Life Centre in the city. I went there a few times. I hated it. I ended up finishing up uni. I ended up working in a riding school in the Blue Mountains for a year. And that's when Hills Christian Life Centre started on August the 14th, 1983. And so on the third week of that church, I drove down after taking out horse rides all weekend in the ute that used to have all the horse feed. And there was 40 people.
Wow.
And I walked in and I loved it.
Wow.
And I remember there was only a piano in the school hall and some of the keys didn't work with the guy leading the worship. And I just remember sensing like God is here.
Wow.
And so that's for me how I came to Hills Christian Life Centre. I sat in the back row. I couldn't say hi to people when they'd say hi to somebody. I'd just walk out. And that's how I became part of our church and just got to grow with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was 21 at that point, and but I loved it.
Yeah. Wow.
Becoming a Christian was one thing. Deciding to become part of a church was a really
different thing. Hey. Yeah.
Another leap again of trusting people, which I didn't have a lot of. So I had a lot of walls up. Yeah,
it was a journey.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was 21. Gosh, you've got such negative beliefs about yourself, and so
wow,
that's how it started.
So you started coming every week.
Yes, every Sunday night.
And then
I would bring people that I worked with from the farm, and they were, there were people out of jail working there. There were runaways. It was pretty abusive where we worked. We got paid $20 a week.
Wow.
And our food and board. But I loved it because it was horses. I love horses. So, that I just did that. Yeah.
That's incredible. And when did you felt the call of God in your life for ministry? How was the journey for you? You kept coming, you were inviting friends, you were discovering God as well, you were starting your faith journey. How was it discovering that God had a purpose, had a calling for your life? When did that happen?
I got involved in our youth group not long after the church. Brian and Bobby started the church. A great young guy called Darko Koljak was asked to lead the youth ministry. And, our church maybe had, 70 people, 100 people or something. And he started the youth group, and he was at Bible College in the Blue Mountains, so he used to come down on the weekends. And he sort of ran it all remotely, but it wasn't big, but we were all very new Christians, and he called it Powerhouse.
Okay.
And we are going to be a powerhouse army for Jesus.
Wow.
And I just got totally involved. So what I did, I picked kids up in my car for youth and Bible study and, hangouts and all that.
Yeah.
And the more I did that, the more my girlfriends and I that were new Christians, we used to have prayer meetings.
Wow.
We used to go to the Christian bookshop, swap books. We just were, we got radically saved.
Yeah. Yeah.
Church wasn't cool back then. Church was tiny.
Yeah.
It was in a school hall. It was wild. But it was and we did street witnessing all the time.
Wow.
We did that for many, many years, every Friday night. So we learned about evangelism, moving in the gifts of the Spirit, witnessing. So we'd pick up people, bring them to church, see them get saved. We're all 21, 22, 23.
You're on fire for Jesus.
Yeah, totally. That's awesome. And in my heart, the more that I just volunteered in my heart. And also when I would spend time praying, all I knew was I wanted to work at church.
Yeah, wow.
And only really Pastor Brian worked at church, and then maybe a bit later Bobby worked as his secretary. So there wasn't really anything to copy, but that was my desire. I was I just want to be there, and I just want to do youth all the time. And our youth group had grown quite a lot. So and our youth pastor who was still at Bible College in the mountains commuting. So in May 1985, in the last century, everybody, they asked me to come on team for 3 days a week for $100 a week.
Wow.
And I was like, this is the best.
This is it.
And my parents were horrified.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, they were very angry. And I had a good job working with young people with spina bifida at the time. But for me, it was a dream come true. So that was I just was like, yes.
This is it.
This is yes, this is in my heart to do. And really just did the behind the scenes work of youth. Yeah. And a few years later, Darko came on staff. And Darko was actually the pastor that planted Hillsong in Kiev.
Oh, wow.
10 months after the collapse of the USSR, as we knew it. Yeah. So he was a real pioneer. He was an amazing youth pastor. Really raised up a generation of, young people that they were saved and they were, on fire for God.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah. And how is it for you on those first years learning how to lead people, how to pastor people.
Yeah. Still learning.
Yeah, still learning.
Yeah.
You never graduate from that.
Yeah.
But how was it in your journey of leading people and loving them and taking care of them? What would it be like the best and biggest lessons you have learned through the years while pastoring?
Yeah.
That do you think they are so useful for like this next generation of leaders and pastors that are raising up as well? And they have this fire in them that they want to serve the church, they want to pastor people, they want to love on people. Looking back through your journey, what would be like some of the advices that you would like to give some of these new generation leaders?
Yeah, well, it's hard to, like, so I wasn't the leader for a couple of years, right?
Yeah.
I was like very much behind the scenes, doing the follow through, doing the behind the scenes work, doing the organizing for youth on Saturday night, organising their youth roles, organising follow-up calls with other young people at night. We only had one phone at the office at the time, so we had to wait till Brian and Bobby went home to then do our youth calls.
Wow.
I mean, you know, we didn't have mobile phones back then.
No internet?
No,
no
none
WhatsApp?
of that. It was old-fashioned.
No social media?
No. You couldn't stalk people and find out,
Exactly.
why aren't they at youth tonight?
Exactly.
Now you can just go on their social media, but back then we had to actually talk to them.
Yeah, exactly.
And but, you know, that sort of doesn't matter. All this stuff's just helpful. They're just tools to help us do the same work.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So you can't ask people to do stuff if you don't know how to do it yourself. So a lot of it's learning.
Yeah.
Like, how do you call a new Christian?
Yeah.
How do you call somebody that you've just met Sunday night who's sitting in the back row at church?
Wow.
Like, you've got to do it. You've got to do all the clunky work of learning how to connect, learning how to go visit people, learning how do you go and visit somebody after school who's, you know, been disappeared from youth for a month and hang out with them at McDonald's. I mean, you've got to do it.
Yeah.
You've got to go and do it, right?
Yeah.
How do you start a Bible study? I remember a few years into it when we started youth Bible studies near high schools.
Yeah.
After school, we called them youth houses. I remember every week I was running 4 connect groups.
Wow.
So one on Tuesday night, there was Wednesday afternoon, Thursday afternoon, Tuesday night. So, but you're young.
Yeah.
You're strong.
Yeah.
Passionate.
Of course. Yeah.
What else are you going to do? You know,
yes.
like you can do it.
Yeah.
There's nothing else you're committed to.
Yeah.
You got time on your side when you are young. And I look back and all my girlfriends, like, I'm still in touch with some of those girlfriends. One became a politician in Australia.
Wow.
But she was the same. She was doing all kinds of crazy stuff,
Great.
picking kids up. We were just praying, God, use us. You know, we want to give our life to you. We want you to do something amazing in our church.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what youth was for, to inspire young people. What did God have on their life?
Yeah.
So I would say, I don't know if I've answered your question, Joanna, but
No,
I would say,
you are absolutely.
you know, you can't just develop this master plan and then dish out all the work.
Yeah.
I've found in leadership, whether it's running a campus, running creative ministries for a number of years or what have you, you've got to get on the ground and do the work.
Yep.
You've got to find out, well, how do we do it?
Yeah.
How do we do fold back? How do we do front of house?
Yeah.
How do you wind chords properly?
Yeah.
If you want people to do it,
Do
and
it
I'm not
yourself
saying
first. Yeah.
I'm not saying a pastor has got to micromanage everything.
Yeah.
But if you want to inspire other people to get involved, you've got to know how to do something and you've got to know why it matters.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
And if you get in and do it, you'll figure out, how does this fit into the vision? Like, how does picking kids up for 4 hours before youth on Saturday night, going through a lot of money every week on petrol when you only earn $100, how does this fit into this vision? But you're like, if you don't pick people up and they can't get to the property, we're not going to have a youth group.
Yeah.
So right now, the lid on our leadership is just transporting kids.
Yeah.
And in leadership, you're always going to hit like a ceiling or a lid, as John Maxwell calls it, the law of the lid. And if you work out what's the lid, what's the hard thing that you're hitting up against right now, that's where you've got to, and you're going to have a lot of them.
Wow.
That's where you're going to have to put your time and attention and work and strategy and creativity and work out solutions and get in on the ground, not bark out orders to everybody else while you go and, have a good time, but lead by example, model it like Jesus did. Yeah. And, people catch that. They're like working with you, you're having fun, you're going to hang out afterwards, you get the job done, but you have a good time, enjoy each other, serve other people, and then of course people get raised up and want to take more of it, and then you can go to other leads.
Yeah, exactly.
Like is our worship in youth good, or do we need to rehearse more, or find a venue for rehearsal when we didn't have any property? And, I mean, you're always hitting lids on the vision constantly. And a leader, yes, you're pastoring people, you're inspiring people, you're keeping yourself focused on them and what God has for them. But you're going to hit all these challenges.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you've got to creatively work out, how do we break through, these challenges? So when you started to grow into the hundreds, many hundreds early on, of course we needed more people to do pastoral care and to do visitations and houses to start Bible studies and people to lead it. So, I didn't keep leading 4 groups, but to get it going, I had to. And then you raise up people, have them co-leading with you. You go here, I'll do that bit. You did amazing there. Why don't you take over? So you don't just come up with this master plan and dump it on people. You've got to get in the trenches and, model it, show people how to do it. You're going to find people who are way better than you. Thank God. Amen. And who love it, who are like, I really want to run with this. Wow. Awesome. Wow. But I've learned you don't necessarily understand why this matters or why this matters to the senior pastor, but it matters. So I need to grab it and give myself to it. Yeah. But over time, it becomes apparent, is that why this matters? So,
Wow, that's been quite a journey.
Well, for example, in 1995, quite unexpectedly, I had to take over our creative ministries department for 4 years. And when I go to the Tuesday, is this okay to jump in?
No, go for it.
When we go to the Tuesday debrief meeting with Pastor Brian with, a very small staff and go over the weekend, at one point he was so upset about the sound.
Okay. Yep.
The front of house sound. And I'm like, why is he going on about front of house sound? I was like, is he just cranky or,
what's happening?
What's the deal? I mean, what was I? I was young and didn't matter to me. Yeah. And he'd go on about foldback. But he knew that when the sound was too harsh and not good, for the people coming to church, it was terrible. And he knew the impact of that. Whereas a lot of people underneath were like, oh, no, it sounds awesome. It sounds loud. It sounds like a gig. He's like, we're not a gig. We're not a show. We're not a concert. It's church. Yeah. We want to hear the worship, but the people have got to hear themselves singing. Yeah. Wow. And I can't tell you for how long there was this to and fro, this tension between getting the sound right and learning to see what a senior pastor sees. Wow. Yeah. Because when you're on a team, you sort of see it from a youth angle or, it doesn't matter. But a senior leader sees so much and they see the impact of that and they know how and why all that fits into making the vision become reality. And I think when you're on a team, when you're pastoring, you've got to learn to see and accept that that's what matters to your senior pastor. Wow. Okay. Yeah. And they mightn't understand why all the time, but you're going to have to work that out. Yeah. Anyway, it's a bit of a long answer. Sorry, Joanna.
No. But it's awesome. Yeah.
But for me, if I can understand why does this matter? How does this fit into the vision? Yeah. Then I can apply. Happy to do the hard work. Yeah. Happy to learn skills.
Exactly.
Happy to learn to do something better. No problem. Yeah. But I've learned in doing, it's in the doing that I start to learn, is that why this matters? For example, the car park.
Yeah, car park team. Come on.
So I had to start the car park team.
Wow.
When I took on leading the Hills campus day to day, Pastor Brian was running the church, but I was sort of over all the details of it day to day.
Yeah.
So the first thing he said on the first Sunday was the car park. And I was like,
Really?
like I'd been running creative. I'm
Yeah.
now, over the day-to-day of the Hills campus. That was called an executive pastor.
Wow.
And fancy name, but just meant
Exactly.
you were responsible for a lot of detail.
Exactly. A lot of hard work.
Yeah. Well, they're just the details.
Yes.
Making the details happen.
Yeah.
And no joke, the first thing he said in between the services was this car park is hurting us because we only had 70 car parks in our building at the time, and we had thousands of people coming.
Yeah.
And he walked away and said, "You got to fix it." I thought he was joking. I was like, he's got to be joking.
How am I going to do this?
Who cares about the car park?
Yeah.
I didn't care about the car park. I mean, I was there early. I didn't care.
Yeah, exactly.
I left late. I didn't care. And anyway, he was dead serious, and I realised he wanted me to fix the car park problem.
Yeah. Wow.
And I was like, how do you fix the car park? I can't build car parks. I can't, pour cement.
Yeah.
We haven't got any land. We haven't got any money. So anyway, I thought, okay, we'll get youth. We'll work out a drop-off zone. We'll work out how to park people on the property in a more organised way.
Yeah.
We'll have people, first service exiting, second service. So I just worked it out with another guy.
Yeah.
But I was out in the car park. I wasn't preaching on the stage. But I realised, I mean, it's a really such a practical example. But I realised if people can't get into church and if they're walking in the rain across paddocks with cow poo, they're probably not going to come back.
Yeah.
And it wasn't because it wasn't a great church. It's just too hard.
Yeah.
So learning to see what a senior leader sees and learning to accept that they might understand how this impacts what we're really trying to do more than I do.
Yeah, of course.
That's been my journey.
Yeah, wow.
And learning to see what they see and really it's a lot of little things. It's not the stage, it's not the platform. Wasn't the preaching and the worship. There was really good people to do that. But a lot of the other details that and we're just talking about church on Sunday, which of course is only a small part of church. The church community, but learning to just accept that there's a whole lot of moving parts.
Yes.
And they all matter.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love that.
I feel like that's such a generic answer.
No, that's absolutely gold, because when we talk about building church, sometimes, and I feel like for this younger generation, because we have obviously grown up with social media and all these things, it almost looks like people want the glamorous side of church. They want what you're saying, maybe the platform, maybe the pulpit, maybe the preaching, maybe the worship. And sometimes we can't forget that what building church looks different if you actually pay attention to the details and if you are ready to let God use you in every way, shape, or form. Because if you have your heart available, God will do that.
And if you're ready to do the work, like hands-on hard work.
Exactly.
Yeah, the hard work, like cleaning or taking some chairs away so that the new service we're starting doesn't feel like, gosh, where is everybody? Yeah. Like you've got to get in there and stack the chairs and get them out of the room and put them in an elevator and get them downstairs and then do the same thing in the break and get them up. But I mean, so that seems very laborious, but what that meant was you're helping shape an atmosphere and an environment that was suitable for that particular group of people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And not people walking and going, oh gosh, where is everybody and what is this? But walking and going, oh, this feels like lovely and who's that person up there leading? And
feels good,
like they're not, they feel like it was set just for them.
Wow. Yeah.
There's a lot of hard work and that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
If it takes hard work, I'm good for that.
Yeah, I love that.
I can do hard work.
Yeah.
And I can learn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. And when
I think sometimes you can look at big things and think, oh, it's going to be all the systems and it's going to be all the technology and it's going to be that QR code. No, it's not. Wow. It's still going to take a human being connecting with a human being,
Yeah.
whether that's showing someone to a seat or working out a time where you can call because they're in the welcome lounge or they made a decision. It's not all the stuff and the methods. It's going to be a human being using the QR code, saying, airdropping my number, saying, would it be okay if I called you during the week? We'd love to help you, find a place in our church family.
100%.
It's not going to be these faceless systems.
Yeah.
Because they don't work.
Yeah.
If you just rely on that, they're not gonna deliver the outcomes.
Yeah. That's incredible.
So just be up for the work and be a human and that connects with other people and is happy to serve, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know, if an older couple are walking into church and it's raining, go find an umbrella. Not even if they're older. It might be a mum on her own with all the kids.
Yeah.
Like just having that eye to serve and see.
Yeah.
And not just me, but getting other people.
Yeah.
You know, like...
And how can you develop that in yourself and in others? Like you're saying, having an eye to see what's beyond the obvious. Because
beyond my job.
Yes, exactly.
Like, is my job to stand on the front door and welcome people?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a pastor.
How can you look beyond that and actually understand, like, what can you do? How can you develop that? And how can you help other people develop that as well?
Well, by talking to the people.
Yeah.
Like you meet people, they're a single mom or they've just emigrated to Australia. And when you're walking in, like, I'm talking about Sunday, okay?
Yeah.
So you're always on, like, you come to Sunday ready to give out and ready to pour and ready to serve.
Yeah.
You're not coming, I've got to be here, I'm on the door in 5 minutes, and I'll go, hello, and then duck in. No, I've got to bed early on Saturday night. I understand that, you know, in our church, in Hillsong Church, you know, when the church gathers for whether it's 50 people or thousands of people, when we gather the church, we're going to give our absolute best.
Amen. Yeah.
Because it's like a big family table, right?
Yes.
And that means I'm prepared. That means not having a fight with my kids and my husband on the way to church. No. I'm coming ready to pour out.
Yeah.
And like, Lord, I want to be a vessel today. It's not about whether I'm on the offering or not. Like, you won't be most of the time. So don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And we're there to serve people and pastor people and shepherd people. We're there to walk through the congregation very slowly. We're there to look for somebody who's sitting on their own for the second week in a row, and other people you know, and you're like, I don't know, I go, why don't you come down and sit with me? I'm on my own.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Donna. Not hi, I'm a pastor. I'm like, you're there to look, and
love that.
you know, it can be a crowd, and people have come to church for a reason. I mean, I'm sure you're like us. People are coming to church and they don't even know how they got there.
Yeah.
Like, God is doing something new.
Yeah.
People of other religions are going, I don't even know why I'm here.
Yeah.
If we've not got an eye to see the harvest or an eye to see that somebody who's been in church 40 years just looks a bit flat today, you know, and you're like, try and grab them after the service. Just go and give them a hug. How are you going?
Yeah.
So grateful for you. And you never know. Yeah. Might have been for a big health checkup or got bad news, or I don't know. It's such a basic question.
No, but it's a basic question, but it's so important, because sometimes we can lose the importance of these things and just, you know, be
It is the thing.
Yeah, exactly. It is.
You never treat when the church gathers, no matter the size. It's never a pack.
Yeah.
It's a church.
Yes.
It's a church family.
So good. Yeah.
So if you had 20 relatives, hey, I'm in Portugal, you have 50 relatives over, are you just going to ignore 15% of them? Of course not.
Yeah.
You're going to get around the family. Now, of course, you can't do that if you've got thousands of people or hundreds of people.
Yeah.
But when you're with a team and when you've got volunteers and, you know, you work out how to do that.
Yeah, of course.
And I think that's about being really available to the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Like, Lord, give me your eyes today. Who do you see today? Whether you're preaching, you know, preaching, and you can't get somebody in the crowd has just got your eye, and you're like, what are you saying, God? So, you know, you stop preaching, you're like, okay, give a word of encouragement. So just is done, because it's so annoying. You're like, what do I do? Lord, what do you want me to say? You know those moments? Whether it's on a platform, but most of the time it's
in the
just
lobby,
when you're
in the
amongst the
foyer,
people, in the car park. last to leave, pastors last to leave.
Yes.
First there, last to leave.
Yeah.
Learn the art of lingering.
Yeah.
Learn the art of, Jesus, when he was calling the disciples, he saw, so-and-so under the tree, and he saw those guys, cleaning their nets. He was watching, and he just was on, but in a very, very gentle way.
Yeah.
And, we can grow in that. That's not, you're so good at that. It's like, no, if you're a pastor, you're called to shepherd. You're the one called to serve the people.
That's awesome.
Even if you're preaching, you're called to serve the people with the word.
Of course.
Or if you're worship leading, you're called to serve. The courts of God, but you've got to now go and connect with these people, and you're called to serve them and engage them and draw them into the presence of God. Because that's why they're flat today, because the week has flattened them, and there's not much atmosphere, and it's like, exactly.
Wow.
And if you're a pastor, a shepherd, you'll sense that. You're like, right, first song is going flat, so you're just going to stop it and go, you know what, church, this morning, and you're going to give a scripture, and you're just going to do whatever that meeting needs, and people are going to go, you see me, okay, I'm going to reach out to God.
Wow.
You're like,
Yeah.
whatever you're doing,
I love it.
it's from that posture of serving, like Christ did, washing feet. Pretty stinky job.
Exactly.
With all his pressures, he knew exactly what was going to happen at that Last Supper. He knew Judas was going to betray him. He knew it all, and yet that beautiful posture. And he served them. And we can do that even when life's going crazy.
Absolutely.
It's like, okay, Lord, today I want to be a vessel. I want to see who you want me to see. I don't want to be discovered. I'm not looking for the popular crowd. They'll be fine. Who are the cool young people not seeing? Who can I go talk to and bring them and introduce them?
Great.
I feel like I'm raving on.
No, I love
but
it.
But this is like...
No, I love it. I could be here for hours.
This is 100% of... And can I say, even in the last 15 years, what I've been, my role has been representing our church nationally, not the community charity side, but the church. And it's the same posture.
Wow.
It's the same posture. How can we serve? How can we, even with hostile leaders or CEOs or leaders of other religions, having that posture to help, to serve, to connect, to work out what their struggles are, and to befriend and encourage. It's no different. I've literally, it's literally been like being in the foyer on Sunday. And, in the car park when church is all done and dusted and people are slowly going home. It's like that out there. Wow. That same tone.
That same posture.
That's what we're meant to do as Christians, not just a pastor.
No, of course. But it's amazing that that you brought that today and you encouraged us with that, and that's unbelievable. And to finish our podcast today,
are we done?
We are not done. We're almost done. But I would like to ask you, you have had a leadership journey, an amazing leadership journey that will keep on because you're still very young.
It's a different season now. It's about legacy now. It's about next generation.
Exactly. But looking back, you have stayed passionate for God. You stayed passionate for Jesus. You love the church, and you were here, and you were building the church, and you have gone obviously through a lot of different seasons in life, ups, downs, motherhood, marriage, like changes,
singleness,
transitions of leadership, so many things. But you have stayed here with a pure heart. How do you do that? How have you managed to stay focused on Jesus and still love the church and be so passionate about the church, even though all the different seasons that have happened in your life?
Well, first of all, I didn't go looking for God. God saved me from myself.
Wow.
When I was told that story at the start. Like he saved me. I know that I would not have come back to Sydney. I know I would have kept traveling. Wow. And I was with some pretty hectic people. And I know now, I knew within a week, if he didn't step in and put these Christians, I would have been in a really bad way. So I'm so grateful he saved me.
Yeah. Wow.
He put the desire in me to work at church.
Yeah.
I actually didn't say it for a few years, but I thought, I really want to be a pastor.
Wow.
But I'd never seen a woman pastor.
Yeah.
Right? Because they were all guys on our team.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could be that. I thought, maybe if I just be faithful and serve God, I'll be maybe when I'm 40.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, maybe. But I didn't make that up. I didn't go on Instagram because we didn't have Instagram.
Of course.
I couldn't see what was in my heart.
Wow.
And I want to encourage people who are listening to this, who are listening to this in your car or whatever. I know God will put things in your heart that you can't see in the church. You can't see it in business or in the wider community, but hang on to that because God is doing new things all the time.
Amen. Yep.
And he is raising up a new generation with a new wineskin, with a new wine. Yeah. And if we're just going to be doing what we've always done, I'm like, guys, it's time to dream again and listen to him. He's unveiling new things, new ways, new worship, new ways to communicate the gospel. Wow. This wonderful resource of the digital world. Yeah. He's doing new. Yeah. And when you've prayed for years for God to give you, God, please give me a chance to work at church, is precious. Wow. And I'm not saying I've just stayed because it's easy. You have to work out your salvation with fear and trembling. So that sense of calling, it wasn't easy to work at church. My parents were so angry at the time. I nearly got kicked out of home. Wow. My parents didn't come to anything at church until the day I got married. Wow. Yeah, to my wedding ceremony. Yeah. So it was hard, but it's that calling. And it wasn't because I could see it. It wasn't because it was popular, because it wasn't because our church was famous, because we weren't. We were a nothing suburban church on the edge of Sydney. Nobody knew about us. But God's put something in your heart, and he's calling you to something. And if he's calling you to be a mum at home full time, or calling you to start a business, or calling you to go to university and study engineering, you'll feel it. You'll feel him pulling you, and just say yes. Yeah. And treasure it. Wow. And your journey's going to look different to everyone else. Yeah. And it should, because it's yours. Yeah. He's got a plan for your life. Amen, yeah. And, you're always navigating that. Yeah. So for me, I didn't think I'd be on team this long, for sure. Yeah. I thought when I had kids, that'd be it. But it didn't work out that way. Yeah. And that's okay. But I think something that I've had to accept to keep my sanity is that God has an ideal for his church. Yes. And then there's a reality. And sometimes the gap isn't too big, but sometimes the gap's really big. Okay. And I've just had to accept that, Lord, the church, of which our church is just a little tiny speck in, but your body, the ecclesia on the earth, it's your only vehicle to reach the earth. Yes. And we represent you, we carry you, we're to look like you. Yeah. And we really do a bad job sometimes, and he's okay with that. Yeah. He's okay with that. So I need to be okay with that. Wow. Even though I have this ideal of this is how great it could be, and we could be more amazing here, and we could start this. Yeah. He's okay. Wow. He's okay with the gap. Yeah. And it's his bride, it's his body. We need the greater church to all play her part. Yeah. And in that, the goal is that we bring the gospel and the good news and the transformational work of Jesus to people, along with a lot of love and help and mercy and kindness and compassion. Yeah. And I just got to be okay with that, and do my best along with all my other, co-workers and amazing people in church that really make church what it is. Yeah. That we'll just work at this, and bit by bit we'll get better and better, but let's have a good time along the way. Let's love God and be kind to each other along the way. And why don't we just give it our best, So I'm grateful in our church. you know, over all the 4 decades, there's never been like a ceiling.
Okay. Yeah.
Like if you've got not that you can just go and do anything and everything, but if you've got an idea to make something better and it's within the parameters, it's like, yeah, go for it, give it a go.
Yeah.
And there's been that culture of like, yeah, give it a go. Like, you know, we had the youth group. I knew we needed to start a younger one for high schoolers. Yeah, give it a go. We needed to start something for, you know, people in their late 20s to 30s who are single. Yeah, give it a go. We started something in the community for kids that would never come to church in 1990.
Wow.
It's still going to this day.
Wow, incredible.
Called Hills Youth Service. Give it a go and just see if God's in it.
Wow.
And we just had the chance to innovate, keep creating.
Yeah.
And the church is the place you can do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing.
Yeah, amazing.
And I think of all the things young people could be giving a go.
Yeah.
Where are the TikTok missionaries?
I love it.
Where is the house music worship, the remix? Like, where's the different genres? We've got all these teenagers at home making YouTube content. They're for hours doing all their digital music.
Yeah.
Come on, let's raise it up.
Yeah.
Let's not be boring.
Yeah, come on.
You know, different ways to communicate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, I'm like, come on. I'm like, let the new wine come. I'm hanging around for it.
That's so good.
I'm here for the new wine.
Yes, I love that.
I'm not the new wine. I'm going to be cheering it on.
Yeah.
And saying, come on, guys, you can do it.
Wow.
You can do it.
Yeah.
And the thing I have learned about serving God, outworking his call on your life, you build a great church, you build a great marriage, you build a great life, you build a great youth group. You don't get a great worship ministry. You build it.
Wow.
You might start with a guitar.
Yep.
And a rug like this and one little speaker. Great, you've started.
Yep.
You can add, you can build, you can grow, you can refine, you can develop. You can have people, you know, learning their chart music during the week and then add a bass and then add a kick drum. You can build anything, and Jesus is a builder.
Yeah.
He said he would build his church.
Amen.
You don't get a great life, a great marriage, a great family, a great church. You build it.
Yeah, love it.
And building means you have a toolkit. You've got these hands. You've got time. You're going to learn skill.
Yeah.
And I think if we approach things like that,
Yeah.
look, I'm going to give it time.
Yeah.
What tools do I need? I need to learn some new things.
Yeah.
And let's just start. Be amazed what happens.
Wow.
That's sort of what I see.
Yeah, that's awesome. And
I'm still waiting for the experts to come who can do it.
Exactly.
They haven't come.
Yeah, exactly. We keep building. We keep building.
Yeah,
but it's so good. And Donna, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today. We don't take it for granted. And it's been a pleasure to have this conversation with you. And as this younger generation, I want to thank you for your example and for being so focused and, you know, just a person that is secure in her faith and her convictions. And that is amazing for us because it's such a big example that we can follow. And we want to be like you. I want to be like you one day.
You're
I've been building this for 40 years.
You're all climbing on our shoulders. No. You're going to see further and do better.
But it's awesome. Thank you so much. And we
pleasure.
believe in that. New wine, and it's going to be
1,000%.
absolutely
1,000%.
amazing. Amen. Thank you so much, all of you guys that have been listening to this podcast. And if you want to know any more information about Hillsong Network, go to our website, or you can also visit our social media channels, and we will be so happy to connect you with our Hillsong Network long lunches or events, open houses around the world, because we would love to empower you and your local church to be everything that God has called you. So see you later. God bless you.